Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a brand new First Impressions video for Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. Today we're going to be looking at Scotland, and I gotta say, this civilization looks absolutely incredible. I don't know, this is one of the best ones I've seen so far. I really like the bonuses and things that they had with this, but let's get into the video.
Robert the Bruce leads Scotland in Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. He was no stranger to battle and led his people to victory during the First War of Scottish Independence. He is remembered as a fierce defender of Scotland's interests, both on and off the battlefield. Scotland's unique ability is called Scottish Enlightenment. Happy and ecstatic cities receive additional science and production.
Okay, wow. Increased production and increased science output when your cities are happy or ecstatic. I mean, you already get increased yields for both of those when you're happy or ecstatic. I mean, you get 10% non-food yields as it is. So, I mean, obviously that covers a lot of other things. But on top of that, Scotland's going to get more for production in science. It's all the more reason to make sure that Scotland stays happy or ecstatic. And as we'll see here in a little bit, they do have some extra tools to make sure that that is a thing. But this is absolutely cool, absolutely incredible. I'm really loving this change. We actually can see the plus 20% from amenities here boost, which tells me that if it's plus 10% from non-food yields and it's currently at 20%, that means they're getting an additional 10%, double that bonus just for being ecstatic. That's wow, that's pretty awesome. I mean, science and production are two of the main things that you want in any game, no matter what victory condition you're going for. And for him to have that is pretty amazing. So let's go ahead and keep going.
They also receive additional Great Scientist points from campuses and Great Engineer points from industrial zones.
What? Not only do you get the increased production, but you also get more great leader points, great people points. That's pretty awesome. I mean, again, these are things that are hard to get sometimes on some of the higher difficulties. It's hard to get some of these leaders, and it's really just going to make it that much easier for Scotland to beeline for a scientist or an engineer or both, possibly. Wow, this is pretty awesome.
Scotland's unique improvement is the golf course. This provides an amenity as well as gold. It also provides culture if adjacent to a city center and additional culture if adjacent to an entertainment district.
Okay, so you already get gold, which looks like here 2 gold just for having this thing down there. You get 1 culture if you have it next to your city. Okay, that's awesome. That's probably a very easy thing to accomplish. And you get an additional culture if you have it next to a entertainment district, which is going to be the thing that you want to get down to have more amenities. I mean, this whole triangle that we see right here on screen plays together so nicely to continue to give them the bonuses that they need for production and science. I mean, I'm just this is all very nice to see.
Their unique unit is the Highlander. This reconnaissance unit replaces the Ranger and receives a combat bonus when fighting in hills and woods.
Okay, so yet another unique unit that is a replacement for a scouting class unit. We've already seen one of these in the Cree with their replacement for the actual base level scout. And now here we have one that's replacing the Ranger. Plus, they just added in Spec Ops, which gives this Ranger a way to upgrade even further down the line. So this means that your scouts are no longer just a thing that you create within the first few turns of the game and then just forget about them. If they survive, maybe you'll upgrade them to a Ranger later on or whatever. I mean, I don't know about you, but I haven't used a whole lot of Rangers in my combat because usually I have other units that are a lot better. But now we have reasons to actually train these units, especially for Scotland, obviously, because 65 base strength on this, if you can see over here in the bottom right-hand corner, that is pretty significant and pretty matches up pretty well with a lot of the other units of this age, of this time period. Not to mention that this guy's obviously promoted up to get the plus 20 ambush promotion, which makes him, I mean, this guy right here, and we're going to check here in a minute in the Civ 6 actual game just to kind of compare. He's already with the plus 5 bonus that he also has for forests and hills. He's already as strong as an infantry unit. I mean, what? I mean, this is incredible. Not to mention the fact that he's a ranged unit, so he can attack you without you attacking him back right away. He's not going to take damage from that attack. Now, granted, he's only got 1 range, but with 3 movement ability, he's going to be able to swoop in there, attack you very quickly, and yeah, it's not going to be a problem for him closing you down. So this is pretty awesome. I like that they're doing something extra with the scouting class because it felt like kind of just a throwaway after the first little bit once you've explored everything. This is going to be pretty crazy. It may be a little bit overpowered if you ask me with that plus 20. Let's actually jump over to the game for a second. I actually took the time to start a game. Started as Australia. It's about the closest I could find that might be somewhat similar to Scotland in some ways, but he's not. There's just nobody that plays like him at all, really, to be perfectly honest. But we've already got him up to a promotion, and here's some of the promotions you get if you haven't looked at a scout in a while, which a lot of people probably have. But faster movement on hills terrain, faster movement on woods and rainforest terrain. So that's going to make those 3 movement points even more potent. It's basically equate up to 4 or 5 movement points, things like that. Can continue moving after attacking. You're going to be able to sneak in there, attack, and then get out of there before he can even attack you back. What? Can see through woods and jungle. Okay, wow. That's a huge thing to be able to kind of see across. Use him to continue to use these guys for scouting, but also be able to go ahead and sneak and attack in there while you're there and then get out of there. +1 sight range, obviously pretty awesome. This 20 ambush combat strength is just ridiculous. I mean, it's been okay and nice to have before now, but on this unit right here with the what Scotland has, this is just going to be a game changer, I think. And then at the very bottom here, again, I don't usually have my scouts around long enough to actually get this far into the tree, but now I'm going to have a reason to. Camouflage. Only adjacent enemy units can even reveal this unit. You're going to be able to come out of nowhere with a wave of these Highlanders, destroy somebody, get out of there before they even knew you were there, and that's it. I mean, what? I mean, it just seems so incredibly strong. I don't know. It seems overpowered to me, if I must be perfectly honest, but I also think it's going to be a ridiculous amount of fun to play with these guys. Let's actually compare you guys with some other things. So the base ranger is actually 45 melee strength, 60 range. So you're going to actually have +5 more than that, which is fine at a base level. And then if we compare you with, like, I don't know, this is what? This is industrial era. So what is it? Musketman is the, I think that was what he was attacking earlier. Musketman is actually Renaissance, but so Musketman, just as a comparison, is 55 melee strength. So you're already going to be able to kind of go almost toe-to-toe from a melee standpoint, but your range is just going to be outweighing them big time. But you look at the infantry is like 70. You're at 90 with that guy with the ambush. That is ridiculous. If we go up even further, just on a comparison, here's Australia with their digger, 72. They've got a few other bonuses, but you're still going to overpower them. This guy, if you've got that ambush promotion. And then we look at even the mech infantry, 85 melee strength. You're going to have more melee strength in hills with that unit with ambush than this guy just will outright. Now, obviously, if this guy's got as many promotions as you do, he's going to be up there again, obviously. But you're going to be able to do, so like I said, swoop in there, do some damage, get out of there, and he's not going to know where you went right away because you're going to be vanished. You're not going to be able to see you. So, I don't know. He's got the same movement points. He's going to be able to move through hills and forest better. Seems like a very overpowered unit, if I must be honest, but also, like I said, a lot of fun. Let's keep going with the video. Sorry, I went off on a huge rant on that just because, wow. Let's keep going.
Robert's unique ability is Bannockburn. After researching the defensive tactics civic, he can declare a war of liberation.
All right, so the War of Liberation, used to declare war on a power that has captured a city from one of your friends or allies, and there's no warmonger penalty for liberating any of those cities. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it kind of goes back into that category of you can't guarantee that it'll happen. I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to have friends or allies in this version of the game in Rise and Fall. There's going to be a lot more benefits to having allies, so it's much more likely to happen, but it's still not something that you can directly control. It is possible that you could ally a whole bunch of people that never have their cities taken, and you can never actually declare that particular CB. But if we look at the screenshot of the bonuses here, if you are able to pull one of those off, you're going to be able to get plus 100% production and 2 movement for the first 10 turns after declare War of Liberation. We've already seen how powerful, or we've already talked about, I should say, how powerful those 10 turns can be for a couple of the other civs that have similar bonuses. Double production, though, for 10 turns, you're going to be able to finish, if you time it right, let's say you can finish that wonder you're trying to get, or maybe that space victory thing, or whatever. I mean, there's so many uses of this. Obviously, building out your military is another key thing. And then that +2 movement, stacking that with your scout that already has 3 movement, not to mention the extra movement he's getting through hills and forests and things like that, adding 2 more movement on top of that, I'm kind of beside myself, I'll be honest. This is just what? And I mean, obviously the rest of units are going to have increased movement, but those scouting units, wow, just wow. If you look at the Scottish Enlightenment here, so sure enough, it is +5% science and +5% production. for happy, and then it looks like it says it doubles down here if you're ecstatic, and then you get the +1 great scientist point and +1 great engineer point, which presumably I guess that also doubles to 2 and 2 for being ecstatic. So yeah, those are going to be very, very nice to continue to increase your production, your science, your just push towards, again, pretty much whatever victory you want. Maybe not so much on the culture side of things, although why not? You are going to get a little bit extra culture from your golf courses, but so it's possible. But definitely this guy's going to be a lot more geared towards science, production, science victory, military victories, things like that, than basically anything else.
After declaring a war of liberation, he receives additional movement to units and production to cities in the opening turns of the war. Though Robert can be a powerful military leader, be sure to combat war weariness with golf courses to reap the full benefits of Scotland's unique ability. Scotland is a science and production powerhouse, making this a versatile civ for any victory type. Can you create an enlightened, independent kingdom? How will you lead Scotland in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Rise and Fall?
All right, first off, I think this guy looks awesome. This guy is just like, he's like a king who's ready to take on the world. I love his big old beard, the crown. He just looks like a guy that can just get out there and just use that sword to hack and slash his way through anything. But yeah, what she just said about using the golf courses to overcome war weariness, that's about the only thing that's going to slow this guy down is war weariness. I mean, if he gets into a bad war or something like that, where he's getting, a bit more of that, he's losing units, things of that nature, it's going to lower his amenity bonus way down. It's going to have a negative amenities from that. So obviously he's not going to be getting his +5%, science, or +10% science, +10% production. Well, actually +20% on both of those, if you consider the fact of the base innate bonuses that you get. So that is it. You make sure to stay happy, or at least happy, and preferably ecstatic. This guy's going to be unstoppable, I think. This guy's going to be ridiculous to go against and a lot of fun. And again, a bit OP to play as. You could definitely, like I said, you go for any victory. I mean, the culture may be a little bit less so, but if you have that much extra production, you're going to be able to build just about any wonder you want, probably. Or at the very least, go conquer them. So culture is definitely not out of the question. Religion, he doesn't have any necessarily specific bonuses for religion. But I mean, who's going to stop you? I mean, I don't know. It's just, this guy is just incredible. I think he's definitely geared more towards the science, like I said, and the like a conquest victory. But he is very, very well balanced, and he's going to be very advanced, like I said, in the science and things of that nature. I don't know. Probably my new favorite civ. Absolutely, by far, bar none, new favorite civ of the expansion and pre-expansion, combined. I don't know how they're going to top this. This guy's incredible. But anyway, I do appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I didn't get too excited for you there, because wow. And but if you did like this video, please give me some likes. Please discuss. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm blowing his bonuses way out of proportion. Maybe I'm even missing something even more that you guys see. Please let me know in the comments. But again, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you and goodbye.